5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He's a super geek, super geek.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin, I'm a geek, you are watching Kevin the Geek, and oh my god, I cannot think of a time when I have been more excited to watch something, and I'm really excited to watch this today. This is bringing back some of the happiest memories of my childhood that I can remember. So, first of all, today that this is going out on YouTube is the 60th anniversary of Thunderbirds. My God, this show became a phenomenon. Like more, I think, when it comes to pop culture than anything else. You know, the Tracy Island kind of play sets, you know, for years it was like one of the biggest Christmas presents that kids could get for so many years. Obviously, and this is for a show, you know, that was in the mid-60s. Now, before I recorded this episode, literally just a few minutes ago, I just finished recording an episode of Stingray, which is the show that preceded Thunderbirds. And I didn't really talk into it that much in my sort of outro about the technological genius of doing a show in the style of this at the time that it was done. So I will try and talk a little bit more for both shows at the end of this. But for now, we're going to watch Thunderbirds. It is Series 1, Episode 1, Trapped in the Sky. I don't remember any episode of Thunderbirds. That's key to remember. I don't remember anything. I know the Thunderbirds. I know everything about them. I know the theme tune. It is so iconic, but I don't remember anything about any of the episodes. So I will talk more about everything at the end. But for now, enjoy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, you know when you get chills, literal chills. Oh yes, here we go. Oh yeah, I always seem to forget about Lady Penelope and Parker. Don't forget Parker. God, I mean, just look how impressive that looks for something done in the 60s. Come on. Could it be the hood? Egotistical much? And what? Oh, it's not him. Just a quick question. Why is it that the Andersons love to give these puppets the biggest eyebrows possible? I mentioned it in the Stingray episode, and they've got it here as well. The Hood's got it, Kirana's got it, everyone's got big eyebrows. So they haven't actually started yet. So how does he know about them? So are they supposed to be a big secret, super secret organisation for memory? Ah, you sure about that? Are you definitely sure about that? See, at least he shaves his eyebrows for his disguises. That's some Acme shit up there, isn't it? Where's the Roadrunner when you need him? The auto bomb explosive unit. Oh. It's a big plane. Nice. Nicely done. Now you just got to worry about the bomb on board. You can fit so many more passengers on there. Unless that's the first class section. Oh, no, it was a mask. So he didn't shave off those eyebrows. The question is, though, sorry to interrupt, but how is there a means of being able to contact literally the air traffic control room? I mean, was there ever a time in theory that you could have done that? Because that just sounds like that is one of the worst things you could have potentially have done. Oh. Is every vehicle in this universe a type of a hovercraft? Was this supposed to be set in the 60s, or was it like in the future? Oh, here comes. Is it? Yes! Our first visual Thunderbird. Dum 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 bum 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 dum bum. How do you filter out everything? Was they trying to search for? To make you go, that's what we need to look into. Oh, here we go. There it is! Tracy Island! Da, 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 da. How do you know? Aha! It's good that it's so big and bold and so identifiable. Imagine if it's not even a bomb after all. It's like one of those guns that goes bang and a flag pops out going, haha, gotcha! Ha! Of course. Of course. Of course. You're going to be up there for 6 months and yet you've still only got a 2-hour window. But if that's the case as well, like I want to check, try and remember to check afterwards if it's actually possible to do. If they're saying what was it, 6 times the speed of sound, they can do that in theory. Can they actually do London to Tokyo in that time? I'm going to try and remember to work it out at the end. Imagine if he accidentally left the radio on at that point. Ha ha! So ironic, isn't it? Oh, I remember this. Ah, then when's the pool open up? I tell you, I remember like I was one of the few people who actually watched the Thunderbirds movie, the live action one. I remember there being such a fuss about the fact that they added a second pool to the house, but their reason behind it was apparently scientists had all said, well, if literally the house was in that close proximity to that pool, when Thunderbird 1 would have come out of it, it literally would have destroyed the house every single time. So in theory, that's why they was like, right, if we add a second pool, it means that Thunderbird 1 would be further away, and therefore it wouldn't, in theory, destroy the house. I mean, it doesn't explain why it doesn't evaporate all the water in the pool, but stay, you know, hey, it's art, isn't it? Oh, yes, it's first rescue. case of emergency, use ejector door. So I'm looking for all these little subtle things that I clearly would never have looked for as a kid. And that's cool. That's cool. Then about 2. I think this was always my favourite one, this one. I literally had like a metal Thunderbird 2 with literally like an ejectable the pod, which also then had a Thunderbird 4 in it. Oh, Thunderbird 2 I think was always my favourite. Let me know, please let me know in the comments, what was your favourite Thunderbird craft, if you had one? And if it wasn't a craft, maybe what was like the favourite kind of, getting into the vehicles or the favourite launch or whatever. Because I think Thunderbird 1, the launch, is probably my favourite. Thunderbird 2 and getting into it is probably my favourite of that aspect of it. Do 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 do. Boo! We're not going for Thunderbird 4. And now the slowest move ever. I love how they always showed a really slow creep forward, which I appreciate. I really do appreciate that they did that. Oh, and the tree is falling to the side. Again, that was something like, how did you come up with these ideas? It's incredible these ideas that you came up with for making of this show. Fair. Boom! Yes, sir! Well, he's a very brave man. Great, thanks for that. So is he effectively going to do what that plane was? He's going to be sort of winched outwards behind it. It's going to be fun for him. Flying in the air with no support. Right, so he's hooked on. I was wondering, is he actually hooked on? Although he hasn't got a seat. Oh god, I would not want that. Even with the harness on, I'd be like, what if the cable suddenly snapped? Look how much he'd be blowing around. I mean, that's probably the least amount he'd probably be blown about. Surely he must be like flapping all over the place. There you go, that's more like it. Turbulence is putting it mildly, I think. I'd probably throw up in the suit. Like, you're nowhere near yet. Still got ages. And again, surely the turbulence of the plane literally directly above you must be flapping you around. Is it the wrong one? Okay. So is he in? Maybe close the hatch. Close the hatch. Close the bloody hatch. Oh, whoa! That's why you closed the bloody hatch. Is he dead? Oh, okay. Oh, he's a lucky boy. It wasn't a good try. $5,000 an hour. Wow. There's no way that you would have only just spotted him if he was going 5,000 miles an hour. No way. Aha. So if he's going 5,000 miles an hour, he's going approximately, 2.5 times what the other aircraft was doing, the Flash. Ah. Nineteen and 1/2 minutes. Oh, oh, it's already gone. It's a high-speed car pursuit. So the thing is, like, that's coming for basically a straight landing, okay? You get that. But if it needs, like, the ramp and the flappy bit on Tracy Island in order to be able to get off the ground, how do they manage to do it when it's here? This is the way about Supermarionation works. It's logistics. It's like, what's going on? An elevator car. And the second one. Oh, Lady B. I mean, if anyone's got the ability to catch up to someone on the M1, I think it's Lady P and Parker. Pretty decent strength of cup of tea there. That's so British. How inconvenient. Oh, yes. Does anyone ever find out what FAB actually means or stands for? I don't ever remember FAB being used in anything other than Thunderbirds. I could be wrong, but... Maybe the fire should go first, followed by the ambulances. Damn! Yeah, you might need some good insurance for that. Let us. Oh, God. Yeah, that's it. Take your time getting it out, why don't you? There's some lives at stake. Whew. It's quite tense, this. You know, it's squeaky bum time when the music starts kicking in. Dun, 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 dun. Oh no! And the thing's moving! Stay still! Just go straight! Stop turning the wheels! God, those tires are cooked! And they're gonna have the biggest flat spot on them ever! Oh! You okay, Virgil? Oh! Whew! Oh. So, was it a fake after all, or what? There we go! Yes! A clear stretch of road? Are you saying that the M1 is not a clear stretch of road? Or are you just talking about other cars? Which it looks remarkably empty right now. Just saying. Nice! The most nonchalant destruction of a car ever. And how the hell is he still alive? Come on! Oh my god. I was thinking that. I was thinking that. I swear they didn't used to have their pictures on display. And if you knew the Doctor was coming, why didn't you? Why wouldn't you have just done it anyway? Ah, nice. Oh, oh, so many emotions right now. Oh, my God. There is something so. Oh, I don't know what the word is for all of that. Is magical the right word? Um. Oh my God. I mean, obviously, you only see Thunderbirds one and well, one, two, and five in that episode. You obviously here in the credits, it's showing like all of them basically. But that's the thing, actually. I don't really remember from the little that I remember. I don't think Thunderbirds 3 and 4 were used that frequently. I mean, 4 surely would have got used more than 3. Hmm. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, yeah, like I said, in total, there's 32 episodes, so 32 hours worth of Thunderbirds. And obviously, yeah, I know from memory, or at least vaguely, that this show was theoretically set in the future. So it wasn't set like in the 1960s. Even though they made the mention about that Jeff Tracy, I think, was the first person to have stepped on the moon, which at that time in the 60s, did you realistically think well, obviously in 1965, so did you really think that in what 4 years time, like Neil Armstrong would be the first man to literally step onto the moon? They probably didn't. So yeah, obviously say the future, which is just so funny to think of because it's so anachronistic that you've got like like the film that the HUD is using is obviously the old style like rolls of film kind of thing, and yet you've supposedly got the most high tech equipment that you could ever possibly have. So watching it 60 years later with how technology has obviously evolved, it's a weird perception to kind of visualize it with. That being said, for a show that's 60 years old, my God, does it hold up well? It really, really does. You got to admit. And obviously, this is a slightly remastered version, so don't get me wrong. And in actual fact, right, I'll tell you what. This morning I woke up to I was literally watching YouTube in bed last night. I fell asleep, and so it just kept playing random stuff. And I don't know how it got there, but it got onto this video by the Sidemen, who I don't watch. I don't find them funny. I never really have. I know kind of who they are, but I've never really watched it. But I'll tell you what they did. They had this episode of something that they made, which was basically a version of like a storage war thing, where there's a bunch of storages. You bid for it, and whatever you win, you win, and they're doing it. That they got some experts in, and they go, "Oh, this is the valuation of what we found in there. These are the ones we're putting forward as what we think is the best finds, and whatnot." And you know these kind of shows, even though the proper normal ones, if you like, they would have been fabricated in some way, and they would have amped it up and like put extra stuff in there to make it seem, oh, well, this is quite exciting. But I'll tell you what they found, apparently, in one of them, whether it's legit or not, I don't know, but they supposedly found original. It was like this massive tin box with like the old film reel, which apparently was Thunderbirds. Apparently is original old, the film reels of Thunderbirds. And apparently these experts estimated these, I don't know what, there was maybe 4 or 5 things. They effectively valued it at about £2,500. Which, I'm sorry, like, if that was Stingray, maybe you could make an argument that maybe that it wouldn't be as valuable. Because it was obviously well known, it was well regarded, but not to the same degree of Thunderbirds. I mean, Thunderbirds, for Christ's sake, it had a live action movie made about it, for God's sake. It's had like remakes made of it in recent years. This is a show that has stood the test of time, that has, transfixed kids for decades. To the point that I'm going to introduce my nephew to it. I'm going to get him to sit down and try and watch an episode and see what he thinks of it. Because I tell you, I wonder if I can get him as excited about it as I can manage to get excited about it. Just saying. But yeah, if you're saying for these effectively, 5 film reels, you're effectively saying that they're worth £500 each. I'm sorry, what the fuck have you been smoking? Excuse my French there. But my God, was that good? I mean, like I said, the visuals, okay, look, it's with marionettes, it's with puppets, which you could make an argument of saying, oh, well, you can see the strings and this and that. It's like, yeah, so what? So? What's wrong with that? It's a product of its time. It is, to a certain degree, timeless. The kind of, the music, I think, is one of the biggest things that really manages to elevate it to like cult status, but also, the fact that like so many kids have grown up with the toys for so many years. And like I said, I was one of the few that watched the movie. There was probably a lot of people who hated it. I didn't think it was great by any stretch of the imagination, but I'll tell you what, first of all, Ben Kingsley as the Hood, beautiful piece of casting, absolutely fantastic as that. Such a pantomime-esque villain kind of energy he brought to it, which you kind of need for something as silly as this. I thought that the way that they sort of modernized it and made it into a live-action thing, they obviously had to make, logistical tweaks, of course, but they were able to use absolutely everything. Did they? Oh yeah, of course they did use Thunderbird 3, because that had to go up when they blew up basically Thunderbird 5, so they had to go there to rescue John. That was it. So, and as well, the fact that effectively Alan, who was always the pilot of Thunderbird 3, it made sense in that they sort of made him a bit of a junior, because at the end of the day, like I said, I'd have to watch all of the episodes to know for certain, but I'm pretty sure that Thunderbird 3 would have been used so infrequently. Like, it would make more sense that you've got an underwater mission, so you need Thunderbird 4, but how many times are you going to actually need to use a space kind of based vehicle for the purposes of that? Even though, yes, okay, it's set in the future, but this is a future as well that theoretically man hasn't even gone on the moon yet. So how much space travel is there? You'd have to make an argument for that. But oh my God, yeah, I think you could tell how much enjoyment I got out of that episode. It really did. Like I said, the amount of nostalgia I got from that. And like I said, as the more and more I watched of that, I was thinking, I vaguely remember like little bits of this, like especially when they tried to do the landing of the plane. That made sense. I was like, I vaguely remember kind of seeing that, but like the whole episode as an overall piece, I don't really remember it. So yeah, that was really good for me to watch something in the modern day. I tell you, the one biggest shame I think with the movie, like, and this is just a minor nitpick, is that I'm surprised that Rolls-Royce wouldn't allow them to basically build a Rolls-Royce for the movie, because you know. The pink Rolls Royce, the six-wheeled pink Rolls Royce, is probably just as iconic to the show as is the Thunderbirds themselves. So you would have thought for Rolls Royce, this is a major product placement opportunity for you, but no, they apparently refused. So that's why I think they got Ford. I think they did it with Ford in the end, if I remember correctly from the movie. But yeah, I mean the movie was bad. Don't get me wrong, the movie was really bad. But I mean, the thing is, it's the same as watching this episode. Like, it's not great by any stretch of the imagination, but there's something charming about it. Really charming, and that just gives you a warm, fuzzy feeling. And I kind of, in a way, felt the same kind of energy from the movie. No, it's not groundbreaking. No, it's not Oscar-worthy by any stretch of the imagination. No, I'll tell you the one really good thing that came out of it, okay? The fact that you did what was it? The song. So they didn't use the theme tune as such, but they did do a version, sort of. They made a pop version called Thunderbirds Ago by Busted, the band Busted. And I tell you what, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to quickly see if I can find that. And then I am going to do a bonus reaction for you. So if you've stuck with me to this point, like some of you may have switched off early. If you haven't, you're going to miss out. But I'm going to find a thing of that and just do a reaction to that.
A few moments later.
See, I love how they incorporate the original theme tune sort of into this. Island! Trident! Boys are back in town. No strings to hold them down. Where the Thunderbirds are, go! Oh, you can tell I listened to this song a lot as growing up. Fair side! Come out of the pool. You bad guy. Where the Thunderbirds are, go! Oh. Thunderbirds are, go! I mean, say what you like about this kind of era of music and this band, but boy, did they come up with a banger. Thunderbirds are go. Thunderbirds are. Thunderbirds are go. Oh, come on! Come on, you can't not have a smiley face listening to that. I don't know whether Busted were actually fans of Thunderbirds. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. But like I said, like with that song, they really managed to get the essence of the show. They wrote it in a way that I think spoke to kids of all ages, whether you were, by this point, a 40-odd-year-old mum or dad that you had literally watched it as a kid and you were suddenly all grown up, or whether you had teenagers or even, younger kids than that who had just been sort of introduced into this world. Oh, yeah. This could arguably the most excited and most giddy I've ever got in anything I've reacted to for the entirety of 2025. And I've reacted to some good stuff this year. And we're not even close to the end. We're only 3/4 of the way through. Who knows what I've got left to come for the remaining months. But my God, was that good. That was really good. So I'll tell you what, if you have stuck with me to this point, make sure you drop an FAB into the comments to let me know that you've got to this stage, because I really appreciate you sticking with me for this sort of last hour and a bit of TV and music and nostalgia and everything that I could have spoken to you about. But my God, I need a bit of a rest now because, oh my God, my neck is killing me because I have loved every second of that. So yes, thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget, as always, make sure you check out the Patreon, because with my reaction to Stingray, I know at the very least that is going out on a Patreon this month, but I don't know if it's going to come out to YouTube this month before this episode of Thunderbirds comes onto it. So if that episode of Stingray is not out on YouTube yet, and you want to find a chance to see it early, then head on over to Patreon, check it out amongst all the stuff that I've done. And of course, I will be definitely doing 2 Christmas episodes this coming Christmas. Both will only be on Patreon this year. Maybe they come to YouTube next Christmas, but you have to wait a good 12 months before you get to see those episodes. So you want to see them early? Check out the Patreon. But for now, my name's Kevin. I am a major Thunderbirds geek today, and you've been watching Kevin the Geek. Goodbye.